Which was your preferred celebration? If you had to only pick one, which would it be?
I cannot pick one, but thank you for putting me in that spot. Here I think we had a build up. We had 3 days to build up, so we had over 3.5 million people on the streets, and the parade was over 6 hours long. That gives you a lot of time to do a lot of things. In our parade in Spain, we flew overnight. We got in, late. We went to see the king. We went to see the president, and then we pretty much, left the president house and drove down. So it's not comparable. We don't have enough of a build-up, but I had a great time in both. So can't pick one, but sorry.
To Ryan, who's just in the middle on your right here.
You mentioned the celebrations the past 6 months, but just for you personally and professionally, these past 6 months, can you try and explain how much they've meant to you?
Yeah, it's been great to be in that position of being part of a team that has a chance to win it. Obviously, I think the NBA, the grind that you go through the year, how I got here late, adapting to a new team, a new role, a new city, a new country, everything was a new challenge, and I was just happy to adapt to anything that was thrown at me. Then from series to series, I thought the team grew a lot. We never, I think I said that last year. I just loved how we never pointed fingers at one another. We always, attacked it as a team, as a unit. We faced challenges without a doubt. We made mistakes. Life is about making mistakes, but how you react to those mistakes, I think, is what defines. And I think every mistake that we made, we reacted accordingly, and we made adjustments. The coaching staff was amazing. So, that process of making mistakes and making mistakes and fixing it, took us to win a championship. So, I think, that feeling, that's what I like. That's the certain feeling of fulfillment that you get. It's like, okay, you adapted to every challenge that was thrown at you, and eventually you won it. So I don't know what makes you more happy. It's just winning it or how you win it. So I don't know. It's
to Bruce, who's down front to your left.
Bruce Arthur from the Toronto Star. Marc, how do you view this team without Kawhi and without Danny, as in terms of the project of going forward, and what you can kind of expect from these Raptors?
If I had to describe it as one word, I would say hungry. I think it's a very hungry team. We all understand what Kawhi meant to the team and how well he played in the playoffs. But we also understand, with how good we can be as a team, and we all going to invest everything in it to be that team. So I'm not worried. I'm just excited about starting training camp and start working and on that chemistry. When you spend the summer apart, chemistry kind of separates a little bit. Now you got to bring it all together again. You got to do all the little things again, because if not, you're just not going to win it, no matter who's on your team. So I just like the character of the team, the mindset of the team. Obviously, we're fortunate to have the same coaching staff, so that's great.
And at the very back on your left, Marc.
Gabriella Cook, CBC Sports. Winning the NBA championship and then the World Championship, how does that change your outlook going into this season?
It doesn't. I think, as a player, you're very short-sighted. When you lose, you reprogram and you go into the next challenge. When you win, it's sort of the same thing. The only part is that obviously you spend 8 weeks with the national team over the summer. You haven't had that much time to build all you wanted to build to be ahead in the season. But I think the medical staff and the coaching staff have a great plan, and I'm excited. I'm just mentally really energized to face another season. So that I think if your mind wants it and it's ready for it, the rest will follow.
go to Asha, who's down front on your right.
I'm with CBC News Marketplace. We're doing a story about basketball shoes. So I want to know how you think your shoes give you an edge when you're playing on the court.
Well, they keep me grounded, that's for sure. They keep me grounded at all times. It's not because I'm not athletic, it's because the shoes. You want a shoe to feel comfortable, to give you a lot of support, especially for a big guy. I don't care much about the looks, but you want to kind of look them apart. But I don't know. Nike always does a great job. I've always been with the same brand for all my career since I was, started being a professional. So, I've been very fortunate to be with Nike the whole time. They always do a good job of throwing new stuff and new products, and technology has been, so progressive that it's hard to catch up. But you want them to be supportive. That's all you want from your shoes, at least for me.
Any other English questions? Because we'll move on to Spanish. Sorry, Joseph, so we'll finish with you and then go on to Spanish questions.
Joseph Cacharo, The Score. Marc, you mentioned hungry as a word that comes to mind coming off of the summer you've had. How much of that is just now knowing what it feels like to be on top and not wanting to come down? And how much of that is maybe you guys hearing some of the doubt that's out there about this team in the absence of Kawhi?
I think we all been through it. I think you look at the roster with all the players that make this team. At some point in their careers, they've been overlooked. So for us, it's nothing new. We just got to do the little things that we need to do in order to become that team again. Obviously, you take Kawhi, you take Danny away. That's not going to change. But that void is going to be filled, by the team. Not just, we can't expect one guy to do all the work. We all going to have our part, and we all have to chip in, but always having the team as the main thing. We can't just want one guy just because I won the 20 shots. We won the 20 shots that are missing, with 25 shots for us to win the game and as many games as possible.